Hi everybody, I wanted to do a quick walkthrough of this product. I've obviously had a little extra time on my hands, so I've been able to create these Common Core Standard reading rubrics where they're going to be writing about their reading. We as a team in my school have created a few of these together over the years as we use them for our SMART goals or for benchmark assessments. But I really am excited because next year we're going to have access to every single standard to use for a lot of different reasons. So there is a table of contents that just takes you through all the different uh, things that are in this product. But this part's really important, and I'm going to be posting this video here as well, so if you forget any of the points that I talk about, you'll be able to click on it here. But we have utilized these in the past for short cycle assessments on the specific standard. So if we've been working on a standard and we want to see where they're at, we give this to them. You can use these during independent practice during your workshop. So obviously if you're doing in a group and other students are on a computer or whatever it is, you can use this as their to show their comprehension of different standards with fiction and nonfiction texts. You could use it as comprehension practice at home. We struggle a lot with accountability with reading at home, and I think these would help and obviously give them that extra practice. You can use it to model your instruction and then have them independently practice with themselves or in a group with the text that you're working on. You could use them in book clubs because they would use them as like a sentence starter for their conversations. You could use these for standards-based reporting. You'll see in a few minutes that there's rubrics involved in this product, so you could use them, I guess you would say more of like a grade book. So you could use them, for actual grades in the grade book, or you could use them to report if your report card is specifically standards based. And you also could use them in your guided reading groups. Now, you could print these. You can assign them on Google Classroom as there's links included in here. On Seesaw, you could make packets, manipulate this and put it into packets based on the units you're working on as well. What standards go with your units, like your priority standards. So there are Seesaw links for every single standard, the fiction version and the nonfiction, and they are different depending on the standard. And there's also Google Classroom links. There is the full student, which has all of the standards, fiction and nonfiction, and there's also the teacher gradebook if you want to utilize it in Google Classroom. And there's also a link for every single standard as well for Google Classroom for the fiction and the nonfiction version. Let me just show you what one of these excuse me, looks like. If you click on it, you're going to see it pop up, and you're going to be able to save the activity and assign it to them. Now, I'm not a Google Classroom guru, but I know on Seesaw they could type in using the text box. They're going to be able to type in their answer utilizing these sentence starters. They also could record themselves reading it using the sentence starters. They could just record themselves and not type their answer in as well. And you're going to see too, over here there's points given for each of these specific parts, so the kids know, like if I'm missing one of them, I know where I lost my points. And there is a spot if you wanted to, write in how many points they got and then give a comment as well when you give that feedback back to the student. So really cool options for you, especially we utilize them a lot during our workshop time. The kids were utilizing them to record themselves, saying it out loud, and practicing the typing. Obviously, continued practice is beneficial because they need it. Okay. So same thing with Google Classroom. You're going to be able to click the link, and that organizer they cannot change this organizer, but they're going to be able to type in their answer here when you assign it to them. So I read because of when Dixie, computer slow. I know why. It's in view only. So I will give you access to this product once you purchase it. But that's when you'll be able to have your students type in here. Anyways, they'll be able to type, and there is room for an extra typing section too if they run out of space. Again, they cannot manipulate this part. It will always stay there, and then they're going to be able to type their answer in right there. Let's see. Whoopsies. else we have here. This is an extra piece of paper for you to use if you want to print these out and make them into a packet. You have that option of the extra piece of paper for them. This is going to be a cover if you want to make a packet for them. Say like you're working on priority standards 3.1, 3.3, and 3.6 for fiction, and you want to just print out those. You could make a reading journal packet for your student for them to work on during independent practice, at home, whatever you see fit. I did not number the pages on purpose, so that way, why is it showing up like this? There we go. So that way you can manipulate them, and I recommend numbering the pages. Anytime we've purchased anything from Teacher Pay Teacher, we always go back, or from Amped Up Learning, we always go back and we number the pages because it's so helpful with kids. You go to page 6 instead of being like, do you see the one that looks like this? I've gone down both roads. Anyway, so it's organized with all the fiction rubrics, okay, and you will see on the bottom right corner it does say the standard as well. All the fiction rubrics, and then all of the nonfiction as well. Now these are the printable ones where it has the lines underneath that your students can then obviously go ahead and write these down. If you click into the Seesaw, they're going to be able to type on it. If you click into Google Classroom, they're going to be able to type on them. And again, you can print out that extra writing paper if you want to include that, if you have kids who you see are going to be writing longer amounts, which is totally fine. That's great. So we have all the fiction, and then we have all of the nonfiction. So they are different depending on the standard. Like this is main idea and details. That's obviously different than the 3.2 in the fiction version. So lots of different organizers. And then this is really cool. They're the student I can statements. If you click this video here, it'll show you how you can use the sticker book for the I can statements in Seesaw. You could use this as well in Google Classrooms. I'll post that into this product as well. But you're just going to be able to go to the activity here and assign it to your students, and what they're going to see is a cover of the sticker book, and they're going to have a fiction version and a non-fiction version where you as a teacher can go in and give them, let's see, did I save that? Yeah, you can go in and give them a sticker when they have excuse me, mastered one of these skills, so visually the parents can see it and also the kids can see what they need to be working on, which I think is really cool. If you don't want to go the sticker book option, I have also made this page that could be put in a student journal, in a student data binder, where they would just color in the standard that they have mastered, so it's all in one place. Now, there also is teacher gradebook options in here. Now this is a PDF, so it's all printable, but I also have links in Google, in the Google Classroom section. Let me go back to that so I can just show it to you. Right here, if you click on this, these are editable gradebooks that you can actually type into the tables. Let me just give you a quick overview of these. Obviously, you can print individual pages too. You don't have to print the whole entire thing. But this version is, you obviously are going to have your student's name, and this is all of the fiction and nonfiction standards, and then you can put, you know, on May 5th, they got a 5 out of 6 on the standard. On May 12th, they got a 6 out of 6, whatever it is. And I did it that they would be showing it how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So maybe you say like after 4 times you've officially mastered it, however you see fit in your classroom. Then I also made a specific chart for each standard. So a lot of times in our school we're doing our SMART goal, and we have priority standards RL 3.1, RL 3.3. And we want to see how all of our students are doing on those and how they're progressing on them. So you would put your whole class list here, and then the dates and grades that they got to see the progression as a whole class. Then you can utilize that in your SMART goal, you know, going forward to see the progress. So I have that for every single fiction and nonfiction standard. Okay? And then the last one is This is all of the standards here, and then you could put all of your class in here and just say like mastered, not mastered, or beginning meets or exceeds, or whatever, however you want to utilize that. You could see, for all the standards, if you want to do a standard-based reporting, you could, accumulate that here, and then you could move it into whatever database you guys use for standard-based reporting. And finally, just showing some love for my people here who help me with fonts and clip arts and things in my product. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm super excited about this because, like I said, we've been making a few of these here and there, but now I've had that extra time, and now we have them for all the standards, so I'm super excited. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.